and welcome to the next course where we discuss about the different components of a website. So first component is the domain name. So as we discussed in the earlier classes, a domain name is nothing but an identification string that defines the realm of an administrative autonomy, authority or control within the internet. So it's a unique name. And these are the different components of a typical domain name. If you see, the www prefix means that the site is linked to the World Wide Web. And the my website name is the name you choose for your website, and ideally is really identifiable by with your organization's name or core business. .com indicates that your organization is engaged in commercial activity. So there are multiple other extensions as well. For example, this could be a .org, which means you're a non-governmental organization, or it can be even an edu, which means educational institutions. And .au means that the company is registered in Australia. So if in US there is the .us extension, in UK there is UK, and in India there is .in. There are a lot of TLDs. So this explains what is a domain name. So next we move on to what is a web host. So web hosting service is a type of internet hosting service that allows individuals and organizations to make their website accessible via the World Wide Web. So this diagram illustrates where the hosting server actually sits in place. For example, if the user types a certain website name into his browser, the request first goes to the name server. So the name server then finds out, okay, this particular domain is residing in this particular IP address. Then it forwards the request to the hosting server where the actual website code is being hosted. So then the hosting server sends back the files needed to the browser to display the website. So this is the flow where the web host comes into the picture. Next thing, we talk about the web server. So always when it comes to the internet, so things are in a client server model. So here when it comes to the website, so our computer along with the browser acts as the client and the web host acts as the server. So as a client, we send a request to this web server asking for to display a certain website, say phpcubes.com. And this server then checks where the website is being, the code is being executed. For example, it can be a PHP, some of the data might be from the database. So this has this server in itself, now it is an Apache web server and Linux is the operating system. So this fetches the data for the website and sends it back as a HTML page. Now your client again displays it in a beautiful website. The most important part of a website is the database nowadays, especially that we are moving from a static website to a more dynamic website. So database is nothing but an organized collection of data. So the data is typically organized to model aspects of reality in such a way that it supports processes requiring information. So the data is basically ordered in a very structured fashion, so that like whomever requests the data, if they request it in a particular format, so the database will again supply it to them in the format whomever asked for. So this again explains a website which is a dynamic website, so where the data is obtained from MySQL. So this is the web browser, the page request comes here, then PHP is a server-side scripting. So then some of the data will be obtained from MySQL, and then a dynamic page will be generated and displayed. So here the advantage is all the secure data is present in MySQL, which is hidden from the browser's view. Only the web server can access the database. So that like now no one can copy the content, no one can hack into the system. So it has multiple advantages. So now coming to how they all work together. So now you are here, your web host is here, and you put all the website code into this web host, and these are the internet users. They typically type in the URL and your web host displays them the content. There is one more diagram which illustrates this, which has all the individual components mentioned. From the client side request, you send a request. So the web server sits here. So the web server is backed up by PHP and also MySQL database. And the response HTTP or HTML is formed and sent back. Now the client side browser will display the website again. So I hope this course helped you to understand what exactly is a domain, what exactly is a hosting account, what exactly is a web server, what exactly is a database, and how they all work together to display your website. Thank you.